Hey guys and girls, how's it going? Alright, so here it is. This is my top 5 must-play, most anticipated multiplayer games that were at E3 this year that I'm dying to play, cannot wait to play with my friends. So, number 5, The Crew. This is from Ivory Tower and Ubisoft Reflections, and it comes out in November the 11th this year, and it's going to be on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Now, I'm very excited about this game. I'm not really a big kind of racing gamer. I never really have been, but I will say, having seen gameplay footage of this and having heard about what the developers are talking about, I'm excited about it. And for me, my kind of favorite racing games, apart from Mario Kart 8, has to be Burnout. It's got to be Burnout, Burnout Revenge especially, and seeing this game just reminds me of that. So they're basically saying, that it's going to be a completely open world kind of racing game. You can drive from one end of America to the other. There's not going to be any loading screens. It's completely free to explore. I love the fact that you can make your own crew of friends and you can drive around together, and then you might spot challenges or rival teams might challenge you to races and that kind of thing. The really nice thing with this game as well is there seems to be a lot of variety in terms of cars and races. So you have your typical kind of road vehicles, and then you have your off-road vehicles and driving around the Grand Canyon or whatever, and it just snow-capped mountains. It just looks fun. It seems like there's a lot of kind of RPG elements to the game as well. It's got me very interested. So you can spec and personalize your own car, right down to the basics, tires and wheels and engines and everything. And that really does remind me a lot of kind of Need for Speed, but it looks really fun. So I am interested in The Crew when it comes out November the 11th, and it's number 5 on my list. Number 4, Rainbow Six Siege. This was only just revealed at E3 this year. It was revealed in the Ubisoft conference, and everybody went wild when they saw this video, and with good reason. This game doesn't come out until 2015. It's a completely next-gen title, so it's going to be on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And oh my god, did it look good. It looked amazing. They showed only kind of a multiplayer mode to it. I think it was called Hostage, and it was like 5-player versus 5-player. One of you is kind of the infiltration team, and the other one's kind of like the other team is defending that hostage and keeping that hostage away from them, and well, not defending, holding that person hostage and trying to stop the other team from rescuing that hostage. And it looked really cool. It looked really brutal, actually. They showed a lot of really interesting gameplay mechanics that you can use, rappelling down the side of buildings, using kind of an explosive thing to break, into the, above from a floor above, down below, or through walls. You can actually shoot through walls as well. They were kind of bullet shields and everything. So it seems very, very exciting and very, very kind of on the edge of your seat kind of gameplay, that really the enemy could be anywhere and they could shoot you from anywhere, and I really love that. And I like the whole idea of it being a completely cooperative experience, coordinating with your team to rescue this hostage or keep this person. And yeah, it looks really, really great. They have said that there is going to be a single player campaign to the game, and that there are going to be multiple multiplayer modes, and that hostage was just one of them. So I'm very interested in this game, and it is one of the games on my list that I am super excited to play, and I can't wait to find out more. Number 3, Splatoon. So this game for me was the biggest shocker this year for me at E3. I've always said that I am tired of how Nintendo relies too much on the Mario franchise, and that I want them to do something new and more original, and they finally answered my question. They finally done what I asked of them, and that is with Splatoon. This game looks fantastic. Obviously it's exclusive to the Wii U, and it isn't going to be out till next year, 2015, maybe the first or second quarter of 2015. But this game looks so interesting and so different. It's kind of a online multiplayer game, and it's a third-person kind of shooter. Well, you're not shooting bullets, you're kind of shooting paint, really. And the idea is to control and take, to control the most amount of territory by kind of painting it in your color. But I watched some gameplay on like Nintendo Treehouse, and it just looked so much fun to play and so interesting. You can play in the two modes. You can walk around with your paint gun, or you can turn into kind of a squid sort of character and go into the ink and swim through and hide in places. And it was so interesting to see people using tactics like hiding in the ink and waiting to kind of pounce on the enemy, or flank them or get around them, and it was really interesting to see the way they were using sort of the gameplay mechanics, and it just looked really exciting and really, really fun. And yeah, it's definitely one of the games on my list that I cannot wait to play when it comes out. Number 2, The Division. So this game I'm very, very interested in. We finally found out a little bit more about the story. So it seems to be that it's set in New York City, and the Earth, the planet, the human race has been exposed to some kind of virus or something, and basically everything's gone to pot. Like the government's collapsed and everything's collapsed around you, and the president, who has kind of these special powers, has basically called up this sort of sleeper cell of agents who are doing normal jobs, and they've called them up, and they're called the Division. And your job basically is to try to restore order and try to bring some hope back to the people of New York City, because things are pretty crappy and pretty bad. They did show kind of one of the other kind of gangs. They were called the Burners or something, and they just basically set fire to everything to kind of burn the sort of contagion, the virus, and they'll just burn houses, people, everything. And they looked really tough, and it looks very, very interesting. I love the whole co-op element to it. It looks like it's going to be a always online sort of a game where you can jump in and jump out with your friends. They did show kind of how they're trying to use the console with other technology as well. So they showed how you could use an iPad, I think it was, to control kind of like a drone, where you could sort of highlight enemies on the map and try to like flush them out of cover and different things and support your team. And so they showed that, how you could use that looked kind of cool. Though I think like if you were the person controlling the drone, I think that would only be interesting for so much time. I think you'd get bored of it. I think you'd be like, oh my god, I just want to be on the ground in the action. So it might be good to help out now and again using that, but you can be sure that not many people are going to be playing that drone unless they don't have a next-gen console and they kind of want to be involved with their friends and playing with them. That might be the only way that really is used. But yeah, the actual gameplay looked really good. The cover system looked great. Weapons looked really, really robust and really interesting. And you have like different abilities. They talked a little bit as well about the leveling, and you're going to have like a skills tree. But you won't necessarily like have to choose one path indefinitely. Like your skills will branch out, and you can like evolve them or something in a different route. It very much reminds me a little bit of Mass Effect 3's skill tree and the way they were talking about that. Sounds similar, so I'm definitely more interested in finding out more about that. And yeah, I'll be keeping my ears peeled to find out more. So yeah, Division is number 2 on my list. Number 1, Destiny. This game for me is the most exciting multiplayer game completely. I played the Destiny Alpha and I had such a blast playing it. I cannot wait for this next title from Bungie. It was so much fun playing the alpha, especially the multiplayer. Playing in the Crucible was very, very enjoyable. It's actually cross-platform, so it's PS4, PS3, Xbox 360, Xbox One that this game's coming out on, and it is out this year on September 9th, 2014. Now, after playing the alpha, it does look really fun. I got to play a little bit more with the 3 classes, the Warlock, and the Titan, and the Hunter. The Hunter for me was my favorite class. I loved my golden pistol, and it was just so badass. I spec'd my girl out, and she was just so kick-ass. I loved her. So we got to see a little bit more about the different modes in the alpha. I am excited to play the beta, which is coming out on I think the 17th of July. So I've signed up for that, and I will hopefully be having a go at that. And they have said that they're going to show us a little bit more different modes that you can play and that kind of thing. I want to see a little bit more thing. I want to see a little bit more about what you can do in terms of co-op. Co-op modes, co-op missions. They showed kind of one in the alpha where you were taking on this sort of like big giant orb type boss character as a group of 3 people, and that was kind of fun. But I want to see different modes that you can actually do. I'd like to see some of the other multiplayer modes in the beta as well. I'm very interested in that. But Destiny for me looks very, very interesting. I love the universe. I love the world that it's set in. It looks graphically beautiful, and that's only in alpha, so I am so excited to see what this looks like when it's a finalized, polished version of this game. I cannot wait. It looks great. I love the characters. I love the whole RPG MMO elements to it. I'm just super excited about this game, and I cannot wait to play it. And I've pre-ordered it, and I will be playing it in September, and it's number 1 on my list without a doubt. Alright, so those are my top 5 most anticipated multiplayer games at E3 this year. So please share in the comments below, what are your guys' top 5 games in terms of multiplayer games that you cannot wait to play? Is there anything that you think I've missed off this list and you would put in its place? Let me know. Comment below. If you did enjoy this video, please hit that like button to show your support. Check out any other videos on my channel, and if you like what you see, please, if you feel like it, please go ahead and slap that subscribe button. Alright, have a great day, guys and girls, and I will catch you later. Bye. Yeah.